Welcome, Gemini, to your reading for the second half of October. Today we're doing the 12 house spread, and we're just going to jump right into it. So in the first house, we have the Star card. Oh, what a lovely start to this reading. In the first house of identity and self, and this will color the rest of the reading tonight. So the Star being all about wish fulfillment. It's the card for Aquarius, so another air sign. And the water bearer is that bearing the wisdom of knowledge and experience. So let's see what the clarifier says with this house.
Oh, interesting. Okay, Gemini, you have the Seven of Cups in your first house of identity, sense of self, and what makes you you. So this is a little bit feeling spoilt for choice, maybe a little bit of choice fatigue. It is also a very positive card. It really heralds abundance coming through for you. So
Mm.
in your first house, I'm wondering if, you're identifying as being a more abundant person. But I'm wondering too, being a Gemini, um, if you're feeling a little bit too identified with somebody who has a tough time making a decision, has a tough time making a choice.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be clearer as we progress through the reading, Gemini. But very positive start. Wow, the star.
Yeah, amazing. And then in the second
Mm.
house, we have the Fool card. So the Fool is all about new adventure, striking out, but carrying that bag on his back, he has already gained experiences in his past life that he's bringing forward into this one. And the second house is all about values, resources, abundance. So the thing that's going to actually bring you resources and value at this time will be your sense of spiritedness, of adventure, of seeking novelty. And it's such a fresh energy. So, what's the clarifying card saying with that energy?
Beautiful. Gemini, we have you showing up in
Wow.
your second house of values and what you're resourced with, your gifts, your skills, your abilities, your
Mm.
talents that bring forth your abundance. So the lovers, soulmate energy also suggests that you're at a crossroad, also suggests that you are perhaps communing more with your higher self. Um, I get the sense that you can bring through your second house abundance through maybe deeper communication with your higher self. And I wonder if there's like a soulmate or a twin flame energy coming in for you that's
Mm.
going to spark something for you around your gifts, talents, skills, abilities that leads to abundance.
Mm. Yeah, so amazing to have all this major arcana coming up in the first part of your reading. So it's very significant energy. It's not just a one-off event that's coming up. So then in the third house of communication and ideas, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is intuition, emotional knowledge, emotional wisdom, and it's connected to the water signs of the zodiac. So reaching deep and connecting to that intuitive part of you when you're communicating and sharing ideas would be really helpful at this time. And maybe you're feeling you're already doing that. So this is beckoning you to deepen the way you're communicating. If you feel like you're speaking in a way that's kind of head level and just yeah, a little bit more surface level, it'd be useful to go a bit underneath what you're trying to say and check out the roots of the messages that you're giving out. So let's see how you can do that with the clarifier.
Really nice. So Gemini, in your house, the third house, which is you, we have the Page of Swords. So this is getting curious, and Gemini, you are curious. This is one of
Mm.
the beautiful qualities and characteristics that really defines you. Your curiosity. How does that work? What's that all about? Let me understand. Let me ask the questions. So showing up in your third house of communication, I think ask the questions that you want to ask. Don't be afraid.
Mm.
I think really express and communicate that beautiful curiosity and sense of adventure that you're known for. I kind of get the sense that this is what you're already doing and it's paying off for you, Gemini.
Mm. Yeah, awesome. Okay, and then in the fourth house, we've got the Seven of Pentacles asking you, is this worth it? Have you been working at something that's going to bring you abundance? And in the fourth house of family, of things that are familiar, of chosen family, Is the home place and what's familiar working for you? Do you need to change it? Do you need to stick with it? So let's see what the clarifier points you in the direction of.
Hmm. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles showing up in your house of family, all things familiar, and where you find your home in the
Mhm.
world. So I kind of get the sense that that preceding page of swords, it's all about curiosity, is really nudging this Four of Pentacles to stop playing it so safe and take a risk. So, whatever that means for you, showing up in the family, do you need to say what you need to say in your family of origin or in your chosen family, or in order to make your place on earth feel more like home, do you need to take a risk and communicate something? Let's
Mm.
see what's revealed as we progress through your reading, Gemini. So
Yeah.
intrigued.
And as you're talking, Fran, and I was remembering in the clarifier in the first house, that Seven of Cups energy is this or that, what do I decide? And the flip side of the Four of Pentacles is asking you to stay. It's actually okay to stick to what you know, stick to comfort zone. And again, I think what this reading is asking you, Gemini, is to make the choice for yourself. So rather than being told what to do or leaving it to fate, where do you feel you need to stay with what you're doing, and where do you feel you could actually get nudged into that taking a risk? This is the question for you. So in the fifth house, we've got the Page of Pentacles, fifth house of self-expression and the inner child. The Page of Pentacles is that, yeah, following your enthusiasm. Where can you plant that seed of curiosity that will bring more excitement and um, tap into that full energy in the second house as well? And the Pentacles is connected to value, to resources. So something about self-expression through work, maybe, or maybe like a project or something that is bringing a lot of value to your life. Exploring that, playing with it, and seeing how you can use it to express yourself more creatively. Let's see what the clarifier says there too.
Yeah, Gemini, our clarifier is the Seven of Wands in your house of creative expression. So I get the sense that you need to put down a boundary. So the Seven of Wands is about putting down a boundary, drawing a line in the sand. Perhaps you need to put a boundary in place in order to express your enthusiasm in that realm of
Mm.
creative expression, the inner child, really going for your creativity, really putting yourself out there in that fearless, playful, childlike spirit that's very much indicated in the fifth house. So where do you need to put a boundary down so you can just go, I'm going for it. I'm going to express whatever it is that I want to express in whatever way that I want to express it. So a boundary is needed somewhere. Maybe you need to, maybe the boundaries with yourself. It's a boundary around your critical self-talk, just kind of putting some parameters around that so you can leap into something in a really fearless, who cares kind of a way. So a little bit like art for heart's sake. So just allowing yourself to express and not being attached to the outcome is the sense I get for you, Gemini.
Yeah, good point, Fran. And then in the sixth house, we have the Knight of Swords, a speedy message coming in for you around work and making choices. So, okay, so far in this reading, it's been very much it's up to you, Gemini, to make that decision, to know what you need to do. And in the sixth house is the first time I'm really feeling a sense of um, definition and clarity. I think it's going to come through work, and maybe someone will be making a choice for you now that I'm thinking of it. The Knight of Swords is it's about communication and ideas. So keep an eye out for how that plays out at work or anyone kind of coming in from the side at you. Let's see what the clarifier is for that.
Hmm. Oh, your clarifier is the Ace of Pentacles, Gemini. So this is a card of opportunity, of enormous potential. So enormous potential in the workplace. So potential is only potential unless you take the risk. So I think that Knight of Swords is urging you to take the risk so you can really reap the benefits of the enormous potential on offer for you, which the Ace of Pentacles is bringing in. So harness the potential, take the risk, go for it, and maybe get caught up in that sense of let's do this thing, which is very much indicated by the Knight of Swords. Let's make it happen rather than having 10,000 meetings and
Hmm.
going over the pros and cons for the 20th time. I think what that Knight of Swords is saying, the time is now, and the Ace of Pentacles is going, here's your offer of potential, take it and run with it.
Yeah, awesome. And then in the seventh house of partnerships and relationships and love, you've got the Two of Swords. This card is, for me, it's plumbing the depths of your soul. There's so much to actually explore when you look deeper within, and it can come up as either, there's a conflict or it's feeling like self-limiting beliefs. But in this, um, yeah, in this particular house, I would say that your relationships may be beckoning you into a deepening. Um, and prior to this house, and maybe even the last house, the energy has been so light and carefree. And now in the seventh house, it's saying, let's look at your relationships. Let's see how they can change with others and with yourself, but ultimately for better fulfillment. So let's see how the clarifier says you can do that.
Really beautiful. You have the Ten of Cups, which is fortune after difficulty. And I get the sense showing up in your seventh house of relationship that there's some kind of a breakthrough,
Mm.
celebration. It's essentially everything that you want and desire in relationships. So perhaps this reward is coming through after you balance out that period of reflection that Em was talking about, plumbing the depths is going to bring through, is going to yield great rewards for you. It's going to be really fruitful. Balancing that high energy, that outward energy that's really indicative in this reading with
Mm.
some deep reflection equals your fortunes coming in, Gemini.
Yeah, lovely. Good summary, Fran. And then in the eighth house, we have the world. So the eighth house is that of transformation, of shared resources. And the world is the card for Capricorn. So very stabilizing. It's all about completion. But the world card it's kind of like the outcome of the wish fulfillment. So you've got the star in the first house, and then in this eighth house, it's saying if you're following through with the messages of this reading, you will be receiving everything you could imagine and more because it's deep and wholesome. It's not superficial. So this card is asking you, Gemini, to question what is it that you really want. It's okay to ask for what you want. It doesn't have to be what you're just needing, even though that's just as important. But checking in with yourself around what's your desire? Like, what is your deep seated desire? Where do you experience pleasure and joy in life? And go for it. Let's see how that's clarified, Fran.
Wow, lovely. You've got the Temperance card. So, this
Mm.
is a card of alchemy. Traditionally, it's about turning lead into gold. So, coupled with that beautiful world card, success, achievement, as Em was saying, I get the sense that um, when you get that clarity that Em was talking about around what you want and desire, that's when it's all going to come through for you. The
Mm.
world is yours. And the Temperance card suggests that you're going to know how to balance it. You're going to, if something's coming in a bit thick and fast, you're going to know how to balance that. And you're going to know, I mean, landing in your, I mean, the Temperance card really is transformation and it's landing in your eighth house of transformation. So I feel like this whole experience for you is going to be hugely transformational. And I get the sense that you can balance, you can transform anything that comes your way. So if something comes through and it's feeling like a difficulty or a burden, you're going to be able to reframe it and channel it into something quite different, transform it into something quite different. So maybe you'll transform it and reframe it into a fresh new challenge or an opportunity for growth. So just an extraordinary reading, Gemini.
Yeah. And then in the ninth house, we have, oh wow, the Lovers card comes up again. So that was a clarifier for, was it the second house?
Yes.
Okay, so ninth house of Hi, I think
Higher mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
expansion. That's the one I forgot last time, but I remember it now. So the lovers is it's asking you to look into your relationships again, I think, for that seeking what is it that really brings you energy and life in this world through your ideas, through your philosophies, beliefs, understandings, and worldview. And the lovers card that represents you, Gemini, is really great at looking at all sides, not just black or white, but also what's beyond that, those two options. And it's also the card of difference. So it's not about just wanting the same all the time, wanting a partner or your world to just immediately reflect everything about you like a mirror, because then that's quite stale. It's familiar. You understand that already. You want something different and challenging. So that's what I'm getting in the ninth house. What's the clarifying card saying, Fran?
It's the
Oh.
judgment card, which is a call to a new life and a new way of being, showing up in
Mm.
your ninth house, which is ruled by Jupiter. It's expansion, it's travel, it's adventure. So I think there's going to be internal adventures for some of you and like literal leaving on a jet plane adventures for others, but certainly a call to action, a call to an invitation to a new way of being. And this is going to bring about great expansion for you as a person, personally, and just expansion in your life, expanding into abundance, wealth. Really quite mind-blowingly positive, this reading, Gemini.
Mm. Yeah. And then in the 10th house, there are so many repeating cards in this reading. So we've got the Knight of Cups. Um, oh no, we didn't get the Knight of Cups in this reading, did we? That was in the last
Uh,
reading.
that was in the last reading,
Oh, my
yeah.
apologies, Gemini, but there's a lot of Knight of Cups energy coming up tonight, and maybe it's the full moon in Pisces, who knows? So the Knight of Cups in the 10th house of reputation, status, public image. Um, oh, sorry, is this the ninth house or the 10th house? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we're on to the 10th house
Oh
now.
yeah. All right. Just forget I said all that. So the 10th house is reputation. The Knight of Cups, maybe I know it could be read the other way, but I'm feeling like you're the knight in shining armor for someone or something happening publicly or in the workplace. Maybe you have a message that you are trying to give out into the world, that would be very relieving or um, healing for someone to hear or for a group of people to hear. That's what I'm getting the sense of. And the Knight of Cups can also be kind of like be careful what you wish for, but also just make sure that whoever's coming through you is not so charming that it's false. But I'm getting the sense here that you have really clear intentions to share this really positive message with the world, and I don't know what it is. So let's see what the clarifier says.
Wow, interesting. Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles, which is a card of recognition, achievement, quality work,
Mhm.
really getting noticed for you going above and beyond the usual. So this also indicates very strongly you have a special talent, skill, gift, or ability that's being recognized and is bringing through abundance for you. So this showing up in your 10th house bodes very well for you in the workplace. So perhaps you are being your own um, Knight of Cups. Is that what we just had, Em?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Knight of Cups. But I feel like you're getting a lot of recognition and success in the workplace, Gemini.
Yeah, I think that's true. Exactly. And then in the 11th house, we have, oh, the Nine of Pentacles. So this is the literal card of abundance. It's pre-Empress energy. It looking very attractive at this time, Gemini. And in the 11th house of wish fulfillment and hopes and dreams, and groups, networks, connections. This is a very positive omen for you. So I would be checking out where can you kind of lean into that positive energy for yourself. What are you doing? What are you saying? How are you behaving in a way that makes you feel desirable and attractive to yourself, to others, however that emerges for you? Let's see what the clarifier says with that.
This is a really unusual card to show up in this reading because it's so at odds with the spirit of this reading, the incredible abundance, positivity, success. So I think what this is saying is this is something, the Nine of Swords energy, that incredible grief, dark
Mm.
night of the soul. This is what you've come through and healed from. And the healing and the work that you've done is what has enabled the positivity and wealth and abundance of this reading, and showing up in your 11th house of hopes and wishes. I really think that preceding card of just incredible abundance, wealth, yeah, I think this is a wish coming through for you. So absolutely be careful what you wish for, Gemini, and really tap into what you're wishing for is actually the essence of what you want and desire.
Yeah, beautiful, Fran. It's that the strength and vulnerability coming through, stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's what will make you really attract the energy that you're wanting into your life. And finally, in the 12th house, we have a very apt card. We have the Hermit, and oh, sorry, Gemini, I dropped you in the 12th house. So the Hermit is representative of taking all that really deep wisdom, the churning of the pain, the suffering, that the experiences, the dark night of the soul, that's happening in the 12th house of transformation, spirituality, the hidden, and it's coming through as a gift that the hermit's bearing to the world. So that's the abundance that you have to share, Gemini. You've done a lot of work already, and it's not to be underestimated. And this is what's going to lead you to more spiritual fulfillment. And the clarifier will tell us how.
You've definitely healed from something quite challenging, to say the least, Gemini. And this showing up in your 12th house of spirituality and all things hidden. Are you keeping hidden from the world what you've been through and what you've healed from? I think you could really benefit from sharing your healing story. Is the sense that
Mm.
I get. Don't necessarily keep it hidden in the 12th house. You've done all the beautiful 12th house work of healing through spirituality, meditation, whatever spirituality means for you, nature, deep reflection. I think, share the wound and share the healing journey, Gemini.
Yeah,
And
I think that's so true.
the
Sorry, Fran.
abundance.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you go.
Yeah, that was in the 10th house of that, the Knight of Cups coming through and having this message to share. And I think that's what it is actually, what you were saying around this, the healing from your wounds and actually, yeah, offering it to the world as what your contribution after everything great that's been coming your way.
Yeah, risk the vulnerability of that. But what an incredible, abundant, celebratory reading. Fantastic, Gemini. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, thanks, Gemini, for joining us, and we'll see you in the second half of October.